The rule number 2, never fuck with my bitch. You say you love me, but you ready to dip. When times get tough, I hope you don't switch. When times get hard, I hope you don't trip. Rule number 3, don't fuck with the ops. Don't let a nigga find out you giving out jobs. Low bro, fiend, bust a nigga top. I can never trust a thought, that's how you get God. Sorry baby girl, I never meant to hurt you. Should've healed up before I even approached you. Fine enough demons, I really got issues. I'm easy to love, but hard to handle. When I get rich, we gonna fly to the islands. VVs, I'ma get you all the diamonds. Proud of you, like a star you shine. Marry me, I think it's perfect timing. If I ever cheated, would you take me back? Sorry, I never wanna make you so obsessed. I think I'm getting too attached. So what happened since you wrong? I wanna love you down. YouTube, it's your boy Sammy Fry Brooklyn guy, aka Cedii. And we back in the review, man. Back, man, back. We're on the extravaganza, and I said we back with the gang, man. You feel me? I got me. It's your boy Sammy Fry Brooklyn guy. Say down CV, man. You feel me? Home of the killies, best killies in the world. You already motherfucking know the files, man. You feel me? Today we got a good reaction, man. Shout out to Kid Nerd. My boy just hit 100K. Shout out to you. Damn. 100K with only 23 videos is crazy, nigga. You feel me? My boy is really up there for real, but you feel me? Today we got a good reaction. Before we start this reaction, man, fuck Valentines. All right now, man. New music video dropping this week. So y'all go follow me on IG, LGR _ Cedii Dom. You feel me? So you get the update and all that, man. You feel me? So today, which Kid Nerd video we doing? We're gonna do a Toronto-based Kid Nerd video, man. You feel me? I know a lot of my Toronto people have been waiting for, like, you know, me to, do more Toronto stuff. So this is a great way to, start elevating with Toronto, man. You feel me? Let's get a dive in between, I think, the deadly war in Toronto. That's what it says. The deadly civil war in Toronto. Jane and Finch. Okay, so now I know it's Jane and Finch. I'm assuming this is going to be against basically, Houdini and Northside Benji side versus Doovie side type shit, man. You feel me? Maybe it was a little bit more. I really don't know too much about the Toronto politics. So let's get into it, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, man. 10,000 killies on the way, man. You feel me? Toronto, stand up, man. You feel me? Y'all go drop down the Canadian flags in the comments, my nigga. Yo, and if there's any errors or anything like that, or any add-on information y'all want to tell me, man, y'all go put them down in the comments. Y'all go hit me up on IG, all that shit, man. Cause I know Toronto, y'all very tight-knit with y'all music, bro. You feel me? I appreciate everybody that's covering y'all shit, man. So you feel me? I love y'all. Hope y'all love me back, man. Let's get to it. Let's go.
Now, a lot of people all over the world have probably all heard of or listened to artists like Drake, Tory Lanez, or The Weeknd. But a lot of people probably don't know much about the big city they grew up in. Today, we'll be looking at the streets of Toronto and how it was a miracle that the artist I just named, man.
Oh yeah, I got my McDonald's and shit, man. You feel me? These Kid Nerds video be too long and shit, you feel me? For me not to be eating, drinking, all that shit, you feel me? We gotta make sure, you feel me? Make sure we nurtured. Oh God. McDonald's ain't sponsoring this shit too, man. You feel me? Yo, McDonald's, hit me up, man. I'll be a great collab with y'all, man. You feel me? We could do a little partnership, LGR McDonald's shit, nigga. You feel me? Type shit.
We'll be looking at the streets of Toronto and how it was a miracle that the artist I just named managed to make it out. Let's get into the video. Before I get into this one, guys, today we are running another giveaway. This time for an iPhone 14 Pro. And I'm giving this away to a random subscriber of my channel, which comments the letters KN on J Busy's latest release called Noid. Make sure you keep posted on my Instagram in the description to see
go
if
get
it
your
works.
iPhone, man.
Give a task, I know they're pre-annoyed. Isolate through winners and step out in the Mercedes coupe. The twins move so aggy, they training in BMWs.
Doovie better.
So like I said before, we are going inside Canada. As a whole, Canada has always struggled with being overlooked in the music scene, especially in hip-hop. Before the late 2000s...
Niggas know why. But them niggas don't be sounding right, bro. Let's keep it a buck. You feel me? I'm not about to kiss y'all last, bro, Toronto, bro. You feel me? I'm not about to kiss y'all last, but I will support y'all, you feel me? But I'm gonna tell y'all the buck. Yeah, I don't have great artists like that. Well, yeah, I have great artists, but like for y'all to be like, oh shit, Toronto is the city of rappers. Not really. I got like 5 good ones, you feel me? But that Bali nigga, let's talk about niggas that's alive right now. Northside Benji, Doovie. I haven't the Crook. That nigga's tough too, but I don't know if he drops consistently though. He gotta drop more. You feel me? It's probably a few more, but like, yeah, I don't put it like this. Let's put it like the city of Atlanta have more lit rappers than the whole Canada. I think that's a fair assessment, bro. I think that's fair to say. Lit. I'm telling like, you feel me? Like, niggas is like, yo, they tune in type shit. You feel me? That doesn't mean Toronto's ass. I'm just saying like, if niggas supposed to listen to Toronto music, nigga, certain people, them niggas not fucking with like Presser. He's up in shit. He has a crowd, but I'm telling you, I know niggas is not jacking Presser, bro, for real. If I play Presser in the V, Amando's gonna be like, yo, what the hell is this, bro? Turn this off, Cedii. You feel me? So it's like, it's whatever.
Always struggled with being overlooked in the music scene, especially in hip-hop. Before the late 2000s, the only type of Canadian-born music that really managed to hit mainstream was coming from the rock genre, with Canadian artists like Avril Lavigne and groups like Nickelback dominating the charts in the early 2000s. It would take all the way up to the early 2010s, when Canada's first global hip-hop success would be found. But before we get into all this about the come-ups of Toronto rappers, let's look into the dangerous streets young Toronto rappers have to come up on, and one of the most notorious areas.
And when I say Toronto don't got lit rappers, I'm not talking about Drake, Nav, all them. All those people obviously excluded, nigga. I'm talking about, you know, up and coming type shit, nigga. You feel me? Yeah, I have a sound. It's the sound that might not be appealing to, like, I'm telling you, it's not gonna be appealing to a lot of people. Doovie, yes. Northside Benji, yes. You feel me? That Balvy nigga, yes. You feel me? The Crook, yes. You feel me? Like, but there's a lot of y'all niggas that's rapping other than them 4 people. Y'all sound terrible, bro. I'm like, I gotta keep it a buck with y'all. I have to keep it a buck with y'all. Even some of y'all be telling me, nigga, this ass, bro. You feel me? So, nigga, I don't know, you feel me? I gotta keep it a buck.
In the greater Toronto area is around an hour away from downtown Toronto in a neighborhood called Jane and Finch. When outsiders look at Toronto, it's easy to focus on the big skyscrapers and modern buildings in downtown Toronto. But Toronto is a massive city, with it being around 4.5 times bigger than London. So far away from the modern and exciting inner city, there's areas like Jane and Finch. Now, Jane and Finch doesn't have the best reputation in Toronto. It's quite notorious for being a low income and crime-ridden neighborhood, to say the least. And a lot of this is due to a big divide in the neighborhood, which has haunted the area in the last few decades. See, Jane and Finch isn't seen as one whole area. The neighborhood has been split into 2 sides, one being North Jane and Finch, and the other being South Jane and Finch. And both 2 sides, one
G side, T Black, D Block. I'm assuming this is Northside Benji's, the north side, right?
one being North Jane and Finch, and the other being...
And this is like Doovie shit, cause he put it in blue and red. He's not slick. Y block, C block, V block, top lane, bottom lane, Eddie block. All the connections right here, Connection City. That's Doovie shit right here. Okay. That's good to know.
In South Jane and Finch. And both sides don't have the best relationship with each other. Dating all the way back to the 90s, there's always been a big rivalry between both sides. There's been many attempts throughout the years to die down tensions, like one concert in 2001, which was held to bring both sides under one roof. But this didn't end well, with 2 men being shot dead when the concert came to an end.
Damn.
See, Jane and Finch's gang history runs real deep. The north side of Jane and Finch are Crips, and the south side are Bloods. And as you probably know, Bloods and Crips normally don't have the best relationship. So let's first look at Northside Jane and Finch,
shout to the bloody,
home to the Crips.
Shout to the
now, just like
shout
there are
to the
2
Rip,
sides of Jane and Finch, there are also...
Shout to the Bloods, shout to the Rips, nigga. No discrimination, bro. You feel me? You feel me? Oh God, nigga. I fuck with a lot of Blades. I fuck with a lot of Rippies. You feel me? I even fuck with some folks, bro. I don't care about none of that, bro. I'm not in none of that. You feel me? I'm just a rich, I said rich nigga. I'm just a nigga trying to get rich, nigga, so I don't discriminate. So, shout out to everybody. Folk Nation, Vice Lord, I don't care who you is, nigga. As long as you're not dissing me, you feel me? I don't care.
Home to the Crips. Now, just like there are 2 sides of Jane and Finch, there are also a lot of small residential areas inside the neighborhood. There are still some residences inside Jane that don't get along with other residences inside their own half of the neighborhood. One residence, which is probably the most infamous inside North Jane and Finch, is an area called Driftwood. Now, Driftwood is home to the first big music movement coming out of Jane and Finch, from some Driftwood Crips, who now go by the name of Wasgang. And the first artist to really put on for the group was a Driftwood artist called Robin Banks, who burst onto the scene in early 2015 with songs...
I heard about bro, he's in a wheelchair now type shit. I heard he really started all of this. My fault, guys. I heard he really started all this shit, man. He cool with Drake and all that shit too.
Like Up Next, which pioneered a new trap wave sound to Toronto. But it wouldn't be long until someone from Robin Banks' crew would be brought to national attention after a crip from Driftwood called Wassy was shot dead on July 25th, 2015. Wassy grew up in the Driftwood area, but early on in life started finding himself in trouble with the law, which led him to being in and out of jail from a young age. But on June 28th,
Wassy. Don't mind people talk about him. They be talking crazy about him. I think I had watched a Toronto distance and response video. I heard Wassy like all the time. Wassy.
With the law, which led him to being in and out of jail from a young age. But on June 28th, 2015, Wassy would take his life of crime to the next level. Around 6 a.m., Wassy and his friend would find themselves going to an apartment party near downtown Toronto. But it would only be an hour after the two stepping in the party that, according to Wassy's friend, Wassy took interest at another party goer's gold watch and chain. An altercation happened, which ended with two men being shot dead and Wassy and his friend making a run for it. Wassy and his friend became main suspects for the murder after CCTV footage was found of the pair leaving the apartment straight after the murder. CCTV footage even captured Wassy and his friend reenacting.
Yo! Nah. Yo. Yo! Nah, they real life killers, bro. Look at them smiling, laughing about what they just did, cuz. Yo!
The CCTV footage was found of the pair leaving the apartment straight after the murder. CCTV footage even captured Wassy and his friend reenacting the murder while they was leaving the apartment in the lift. Wassy's friend handed himself in after they were wanted, but Wassy had other ideas and went on the run. Most people, when they're on the run for a murder, they would normally hide out or move to a low-key part of the country, or even attempt to leave the country completely. But Wassy had different plans and was just living like any other person in the city would, going clubbing in downtown Toronto and still enjoying life. But this was short-lived. With less than a month after the double murder, there were reports that Wassy was inside the club in Toronto, and in no time, several undercover officers were waiting outside the club, ready to catch him. Wassy left the club and got into a car, and this was when undercover officers made their move, blocking in the vehicle. But stuff went left when shots started firing between the police officers and Wassy, with a shot ending up hitting Wassy in the chest, sadly killing him. Wassy was loved and respected a lot, especially.
Oh shoot! So Wassy was even killed by the ops. So was he okay? I asked this for the UK. Cause they have this like, I think T-Wiz, some shit like that, bro. You feel me? He was like the first Tuka of the UK. So was Wassy like the first Tuka? Like, you know, for people to start saying, yo, I'm smoking. I'm not gonna say his name. That's disrespectful and shit. But like, was he the first? No dude for all the other oppositions to be smoking on type shit? That's crazy, bro. What the fuck?
Wassy in the chest, sadly killing him. Wassy was loved and respected a lot, especially in his Driftwood area, with Robin Banks and his crew even renaming their music group to Was Gang in remembrance to him. And a lot of members even started rocking gold chains with a pendant of his face on it. Wassy's crazy story brought a lot of attention towards North Jane and Finch, and there was only more attention to the area after another double murder took place, and after party of the biggest Toronto rapper Drake's OVO Festival. Every year, Drake holds a massive festival in Toronto and invites some of the biggest artists to perform to his home city, creating one of the biggest events in Toronto.
That's crazy.
Some of the biggest artists to perform to.
We got Will Smith, the one that smacked the hell out of Chris Rock. Nigga, he's from Brooklyn. You feel me? I can't rock with Will Smith. Niggas know I'm from Brooklyn, but Chris Rock, I can't rock with you either because you're from Brooklyn. You let another man slap you on national TV and you didn't punch back. Whatever, cool. We got Drake laughing with Kanye West. Like, this is crazy just watching this now because we all know they don't like each other now. This is actually nuts just watching that shit.
His home city, creating one of the biggest events in Toronto. And the nightclub in Toronto called Music Nightclub was hosting the after party, which a few high-profile people were attending. But somehow, despite all the security and police guarding the club, someone managed to get inside the club and let off several shots, hitting a man who went by the name of Slugger, killing him inside the club. After the shots, people started to disperse outside the club, but shooting continued outside, with several shots hitting random civilians trying to escape the carnage. Sadly, one of these shots ended up hitting a young woman who was desperately trying to get into a cab to escape the bullets.
Yo, like, I don't know, man. I can't be in the mind of idiots, bro. So it's like I could ask the question, but it's like I don't expect y'all to know either. Like, bro, what's the whole point? Like, what's the point of shooting into a crowd if you don't see not one op? What? Niggas just think this shit's fun. Like, bro, niggas is sick in the head, bro. I could never.
Ended up hitting a young woman who was desperately trying to get into a cab to escape the bullets. Slugger was linked to the Crips in an area called Rexdale, who have a feud with the Crips in Driftwood. Now, a few months after this week of madness, Robin Banks, alongside some of his friends from Driftwood, dropped a song which blew up more than they probably thought. The song, named Was Gang, dropped in November 2015 and quickly amassed millions of views on YouTube, bringing listeners from all over the world in probably their first introduction into real Toronto street music, showcasing the world to Robin Banks and another rapper who soon after would take over the Toronto rap game, called Presser. In this song, Presser really stood out over everyone else with his unique high-pitched voice and baby face, creating an early...
I don't want to like keep talking on people's music when I don't like it, but it's like, bro, that shit, I can't listen to that shit, man. I'm sorry.
For everyone else, with his unique high-pitched voice and baby face, creating an early buzz for himself. Presser started making more noise in 2016, releasing songs like Demiana and TBH, getting millions of views. But before Presser even picked up a mic, he was already well known in Jane and Finch. Less than 2 months of being born, Presser's dad hit national news after he got into an altercation with a security guard after he was angry waiting in a line for too long outside the party. After a while of waiting, he calmly went to his car to grab a gun and shot the security guard in the chest, killing him. Presser's dad ended up getting 15 years.
What? Nah, the security guard had to say some hot shit. There's no way, man. The man left the line, went to the V, got the grip and shot him because he was waiting too long outside. There's no way. The security guard had to say something crazy to him, bro. But even if he did, like, it's just words. Damn, 15 years, though, for a murder? I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of light. I ain't gonna hold you. That's me, though. I don't know. Y'all comment down if that's light. I think that's light. For murder, that's in cold blood, like.
Too long outside the party. After a while of waiting, he calmly went to his car to grab a gun and shot the security guard in the chest, killing him. Presser's dad ended up getting 15 years to life for this murder before Presser even properly started in life, leaving Presser's mum to attempt to take care of him and his older brother alone. But with Presser growing up in the streets of Driftwood without having a proper father figure with him, led him and his older brother to get involved in crime from an early age. In 2011, this caught up to Presser and his older brother, with both of them getting caught up in a gang takedown, dubbed Project Marvel, which took down 60 alleged violent gang members around the Driftwood area.
Dang! 60? No, that's a force. For what?
Marvel, which took down 60 alleged violent gang members around the Driftwood area. Presser's brother was actually labelled the leader of the gang in the area, and Presser himself was treated as the second in command, despite him only being around 15 at the time. Presser's brother would end up getting sentenced to 10 years for gun, drug and gang charges, and Presser ended up spending a little bit of time inside himself. But in 2016, Presser started making a new avenue.
I know they did not charge a 15-year-old as a secondary leader for a 60 group indictment, nigga. A 60 group indictment. Now, Presser had to be running the streets. I ain't gonna hold you. Presser, I might not fuck with your music gang. Hey, but you was running the streets of Toronto, cuzzy. You feel me? I respect that. I don't condone the street shit, none of that, but I'm just saying. If you're doing it, you feel me? Shit. Hey, I can't say nothing bad about that, man. 15 years old? That's crazy. They might have just been sucking his dick, though. I ain't gonna hold you. 15-year-old is crazy. How do you know that? Like, come on, bro. Just because it was his brother.
For himself, with him quickly being quite a big music figure in the Toronto scene. But it wouldn't be long before Presser will be wrapped up into another case that could have easily ended his career short. A few months after Presser dropped probably his biggest solo track at the time, called Demiana, Was Gang were throwing an apartment party in downtown Toronto when an opposing gang crashed the party. This led to a shootout between the two groups in the corridor of the apartment, leading all the way to the elevators of the apartment. Not long after this, allegedly Allegedly, West Gang members invited over two 17-year-old boys to an apartment who they thought tipped off their ops about their party. When the two boys got to the apartment, they were subjected to some quite crazy stuff. It was said they were tied to a chair so they couldn't escape, and were regularly
What? Wait.
They were eaten
Who invited who?
to the elevator. To a shootout between the two groups in the corridor of the apartment, leading all the way to the elevators of the apartment. Not long after this, allegedly West Gang members invited over two 17-year-old boys to an apartment who they thought tipped off their ops about their party. When the two boys got to the apartment, they were subjected to some quite crazy stuff. It was said they were tied to a chair so they couldn't escape, and were regularly beaten. They were even forced to play Russian roulette with a loaded handgun. This went on for around 48 hours. Forced to pay Russian.
I ain't gonna lie, I can't respect that. I can do all the kidnapping shit. I don't know. Like, you feel like they gave the job, they gave the job. But sexually assaulting, like, come on, bro. That's what it's like. That was a little for 2 days too. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's kind of OD. And you're forcing them to play Russian roulette, bro. Like, it's like, do what y'all gotta do and just dip. The sexual shit is kind of OD. Having them play Russian roulette is OD. Like, you feel me? Like, I don't know. That's OD, bro. No funny shit. I can't respect that.
In a chair so they couldn't escape, and were regularly beaten. They were even forced to play Russian roulette with a loaded handgun. This went on for around 48 hours until they moved to another location, which even happened to be one of the kidnappers' home addresses. While one of the kidnappers' family was still inside and living inside the property, it was claimed that the two boys were even forced to do sexual acts on each other. The kidnappers, after some time...
Oh, nah. On each other? That's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, gang. I would never, nigga. Niggas would have to kill me, nigga. I would never suck another man's dick, nothing, bro. Never touch one. I don't want to see one, nothing, nigga. Niggas is bugging. Niggas would have to kill me, bro. What?
The two boys were even forced to do sexual acts on each other. The kidnappers, after some time, demanded the family members of the two boys for $3,000 for their release, and a further $10,000 for the videos of them two doing sexual acts not to be posted online, which was eventually paid out, and the boys were released. Now, Presser actually got charged for this kidnapping case a few days after the release of the two boys, but managed to bail out while police were still collecting evidence and everything. And when Presser came out, he started showing that he wasn't playing around with his music career, dropping tracks throughout the rest of 2016, hitting millions.
So we're not about to act like they made two boys do sexual shit, but they're not gay for recording though? Like, nobody's about to say nothing about that? That's not mook, bro. That's not like, that don't move y'all or some shit? That's gay. I feel like that's gay too. Nigga, what? You doing that, you're gay.
Around with his music career, dropping tracks throughout the rest of 2016, hitting millions of views, which at this point was hella rare for a Canadian rapper. Drake even co-signed Presser, eventually taking him out to tour with him in Europe, leading everyone in Canada to think that they have a new superstar on their hands. Robin Banks was also doing his thing, dropping tracks like Priceless, which was easily one of the hottest tracks coming out of Toronto in 2016, and Robin Banks continued to drop bangers in the first half of 2017. On the 14th of April 2017, Robin Banks' music career was put on hold. Robin Banks' friend was celebrating his birthday in a shisha bar up in the city, so Banks pulled up to the bar to show some love to his friend. But someone in the bar must have gave the drop that Robin Banks was there, because when Banks and some of his friends went outside the bar to smoke, two men were waiting outside in a blacked out car and let off several shots hitting 3 people, but mostly targeting Robin Banks. Banks was shot 9 times in his legs, stopping him from being able to run away from the shots. But a final shot to the neck dropped him to the ground, and Robin Banks was rushed to hospital in a life-threatening condition. When the news came out, quite a few reports on social media were claiming that Robin Banks had lost his life to the shots. But luckily, Banks managed to power through, eventually waking up a couple days afterwards thanks to his treatment. Banks started doing well in hospital when friends and family were looking forward to a full recovery. But around a month later, the news broke that Robin Banks may never be able to walk again, with shots to his legs literally crippling him, leaving him in a wheelchair. But this didn't stop him, with him still releasing tracks and continuing to grow his up-top label, despite him literally being paralyzed, which is quite inspiring. But Robin Banks was left with a better fate than a lot of rappers in his area. Toronto throughout the years had...
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how, like... Question of the day. Would y'all rather just take the death? or be paralyzed. This is not to take anything away from being people like that's paralyzed or anything like that, but you know, like I'm saying, like I'm just an honest person. There's a lot of people like in their head that's probably suffering for them, bro. You feel me? So it's like I'm not sure how Robin Banks feels, but there's a lot of people that probably feel like that, man. You feel me? I honestly don't know. I don't know what y'all, you know, and just the reasoning, nigga. Maybe I don't know. That's just crazy. But he is grateful to be alive, though. You feel me? You feel me? That's good to hear that he was alive. After 9 shots to the leg, bro, it's like, bro, how did you not lose blood from that shit? You feel me? But he's very grateful, bro. You feel me? But I think I'd rather just be paralyzed and dead, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, because I feel like I can still make anything happen, bro. You feel me? That's just me, though. You feel me? Because, man, a lot of people be hurt that I'm dead, bro. No funny shit. I think a lot of people would be happier that I stuck it out.
Robin Banks was left with a better fate than a lot of rappers in his area. Toronto throughout the years had quite a bad luck with their rappers. It kinda seems like there's a curse going round. Anytime it looks like a rapper is on his way up, they always end up dying or getting caught up in a really bad case. Back around the same time, Presser was arrested for his kidnapping case. A new up-and-coming rapper from a nearby opposing area to West Gang, called Cedii, was shot and killed days after he released his biggest track called Realist and Assist. Another rapper from the same area as Cedii was also shot dead in 2017 called Young Dubs. Around the same time of Young Dubs' murder, another West Gang rapper called YG was a top suspect.
Dang! So these are all West rappers? Dang, bro! They lost dumb niggas, bro!
Was also shot dead in 2017 called Young Dubs. Around the same time of Young Dubs' murder, another West Gang rapper called YG was a top suspect in a shooting which left an opposing gang member dead, and he went on the run to America. And yet again, another West Gang rapper by the name of FB was remanded for a case where him and 3 other men allegedly ran up an illegal marijuana dispensary, pistol whipped a worker, and tying up any staff members inside the shop in plastic restraints until the police pulled up and they escaped. One of the biggest losses...
A dispensary? Come on, bro. Come on, my nigga. Come on, bro. Let me hear that story again, because that doesn't make no damn sense. Is he dead ass?
Run to America. And yet again, another West Gang rapper by the name of FB was remanded for a case where him and 3 other men allegedly ran up an illegal marijuana dispensary, pistol whipped a worker, and tying up any staff members inside the shop in plastic restraints until the police pulled up and they escaped. One of the biggest losses to come from the Toronto rap scene came on June the 30th, 2018. A rapper called Smoke Dog. Now in 2018, Smoke Dog was one of the...
I heard a lot about this, bro. Smoke Dog, no bullshit. I gotta listen to more of his music. I actually got comment down any Smoke Dog recommendations y'all want me to do, any suggestions and shit like that. That's one person I also gotta get into too. Smoke Dog. I heard he was like huge in Toronto, like even Drake even like knew about him type shit, bro.
Year of 2018, a rapper called Smoke Dog. Now in 2018, Smoke Dog was one of the biggest things coming out of Toronto. He was coming out of a neighborhood called Regent Park, located in downtown Toronto. But despite Regent Park being just minutes away from the rich and thriving center of the city, and even Regent Park itself being redeveloped into quite an impressive area, it still contains quite a few low-income residents who are left to try and keep up with the pretty much unaffordable cost of living in downtown Toronto. Now in June 2018, Smoke Dog alongside his manager went to a nightclub called Cube, and everything seemed alright. But when Smoke Dog was outside the club, he got into an argument with a West Gang rapper called 21 Knee, which ended with Smoke Dog...
I'm confused. I thought the West Gang... I thought it was cool. What pressing them? Like, I'm so confused now. So is Presser part of West Gang? I thought Smoke Dog was cool with Presser too. Like, what? I kind of understand why they call it a civil war, but like, what the fuck? This doesn't make no sense to me. What the hell? And why they not talking about Doovie's side? So many questions, man.
He got into an argument with a Wasgang rapper called 21 Knee, which ended with Smoke Dogg alongside his manager being shot dead. It's rumored that 21 Knee mocked Smoke Dogg just before this incident due to Smoke Dogg's chain being robbed recently before, and then after this, all hell just broke loose. 21 Knee went on the run all the way to the other side of Canada, but was eventually caught and found guilty of second-degree murder. Now, this whole situation was kinda weird because Wasgang's area, Driftwood, and Smoke Dogg's area, Regent Park, didn't really seem to have much issues with each other prior to this murder.
That's what I thought, like, that's why I thought, it's like, maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna hold you. What the fuck?
Regent Park didn't really seem to have much issues with each other prior to this murder. Like, both areas are easily around 30 to 45 minutes away from each other. And the Driftwood rapper Presser and Smoke Dogg seem to have a good relationship with each other, with them both being part of Drake's European tour and being seen in several pictures with each other. But the murder of Smoke Dogg caused tension between both Regent Park and Driftwood, and the response to this was worse than anyone expected. By 2020, long after his kidnapping charges were dropped, Presser took his music career to the next level and had moved out to Los Angeles ready to take on the US music scene. And it was seeming like another rapper coming straight out of Driftwood was looking to join him soon, called Houdini. Houdini was creating a crazy buzz in Toronto with tracks like Late Night, which is on now 11 million views.
Okay, hold on. I gotta react to that too. But okay, I have a question. So, the North, you know the label, the North Side label that Robin Banks started? Wasn't Smoke Dogg also part of that? Why is he not talking about that? I'm very confused now. What the fuck?
Crazy buzz in Toronto with tracks like Late Night, which is on now 11 million views. You could really tell Houdini was taking his music career serious as well when he moved to the other side of Canada in a city called Vancouver so he could be closer to LA where he was networking. And anytime he was in Canada, he would stay well away from Toronto. But deep into COVID times in 2020, after several months away from his family, he decided it was time to go visit them in Toronto during the Easter period. During his time back in the city, he was staying at his friend's Airbnb in downtown Toronto. But in May 26th, tragedy struck. Word
That's
got around that.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy, bro. I really RIP to Houdini because he had the right, like, he was thinking right. He was thinking right. Yo, let me move to Vancouver, far away from Toronto. You feel me? So I can be closer to business and away from the fuckery. Let me go, and then the one time he wants to go just make the decision to go see his family, he just want to be around, like, familiar faces. Niggas get his life taken away. Like, he was moving right. I didn't know that. No funny shit. I did not know that. I don't know. Maybe he's missing something, but I didn't know that. No kidding.
Be in downtown Toronto, but in May 26th, tragedy struck. Word got around that Houdini was back in the city, and when Houdini and a couple friends were out and about in the center of the city, a rented blue Volkswagen managed to lock onto the vehicle Houdini had been traveling in, and waited around 40 minutes for Houdini and his friends to go back into his car. When Houdini walked past the blue Volkswagen, the Volkswagen U-turned and started letting off shots into Houdini and his friends. Houdini started running for his life immediately, while one of his friends was shooting back at the attackers. But it was clear that Houdini was the car's target, with the car catching up to Houdini and the shooter jumping out to get some more shots off onto him. The scene just looked like a complete mess. Shots were flying everywhere in broad daylight, with civilians in full view. One woman was even hit by a stray bullet. All of this being in the entertainment district of Toronto. In London terms, this is just like a broad daylight shootout happening in Mayfair. It's just something that should not be happening. Houdini managed to get to a nearby alleyway, but by this time he was already shot, which he sadly didn't survive from. This was a big blow to the Toronto scene, and a lot of big rappers paid homage to Houdini, who died way too soon. Houdini had a memorial take place the next month to celebrate his life, which obviously Houdini's friends and family attended, alongside quite a few Wasgang members. But the word came out about the funeral, and a couple uninvited guests pulled up. A massive shootout happened where more than 60 shots were fired, but luckily no one suffered any serious injuries from the shot.
Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. It just don't make fucking sense, bro. Niggas is shooting. Y'all shooting 60 shots. It's like, first of all, why y'all shooting 60 shots in the funeral? And second, y'all didn't hit nobody. It's like y'all did it for no reason. Like, Bro, it don't make sense, cuz. It don't make sense, bro.
60 shots were fired, but luckily no one suffered any serious injuries from the shot. Two Wasgang members called Burner Bands and GD were arrested for the shooting despite them only defending themselves, leading Region Park and Driftwood to fully start feuding with each other, all stemming from 21 Neat's murder of Smoke Dog. 21 Neat also has a blood brother part of Wasgang who goes by the name of 22 Neat. But just like 21 Neat, 22's story doesn't end quite well. 22 Neat's sad story started after allegedly another Wasgang rapper called YS, alongside another member called Flipper, were allegedly paid to execute a member of a Canadian mafia.
Okay. So, I'm really confused now. Flipper is cool with top 5. I never knew where top 5 is from. Okay, so I thought, this started to make a lot more sense now. Cause I thought like Drake was being like he was favoring just one side. So apparently the one side I thought Drake was favoring, they're beefing with each other then. Cause the Wasi gang, whatever. And they beef like, is it like GGG? It's not their gang, GGG top 5 in them? And bro, this is crazy, bro. What the fuck? Let me hear this again.
Like 21 Neat, 22's story doesn't end quite well. 22 Neat's sad story started after allegedly another Wasgang rapper called YS, alongside another member called Flipper, were allegedly
another who rapper?
Wasgang rapper called YS, alongside story started after allegedly another Wasgang rapper called YS, alongside another member.
What? Bro, I don't know if he's... Bro, I feel like bro's confusing the story, bro.
Feuding with each other, all stemming from 21 Neat's murder of Smoke Dog. 21 Neat also has a blood brother part of Wasgang who goes by the name of 22 Neat. But just like 21 Neat, 22's story doesn't end quite well. 22 Neat's sad story started after allegedly another Wasgang rapper called YS, alongside another member called Flipper, were allegedly paid to execute a member of a Canadian mafia. A month after this murder, the Wasgang rapper YS was found dead himself in the execution-style murder, all the way on the other side of Canada. Now, allegedly, 22 Neat had something to do with this murder, and a couple days after,
I heard that! See, this is why I'm getting confused, because there's too much backdooring going on. Like, Toronto's backdoor be open for real, like... That's why I got confused with the top 5 thing. So, I heard, like, the 22 Neat guy, he's a twin of the 21 nigga. He, like, went far away with this dude, the YS dude, and he killed him, apparently. I heard they got back. I heard that 22 Neat nigga's dead now. Like, we about to see, but this is crazy.
Now, allegedly, 22 Neat had something to do with this murder, and a couple days after, 22 Neat was found dead himself, in quite a crazy month of events. Now we're in 2023, and Jane and Finch are left wondering how big some of these artists could have been if they stayed alive. Press is still holding it down for the north side of Jane and Finch, setting up camp in LA and still releasing good music. Robin Banks doesn't release too much anymore, focusing on other ventures while still being paralyzed. Another Wasgang rapper who went by the name Tall Up Twin was a victim of a triple murder inside an apartment party in downtown Toronto. It's even alleged that he actually killed the 2 other victims in the triple murder and then shot himself in the head after realizing what he had done. But he still has a twin that still raps till this day. The south side of Jane and Finch has always struggled a bit with producing big rappers. One rapper which has seen quite a bit of success is a rapper called LB Spiffy, who was actually one of the first underground Toronto rappers I've listened to back in 2017 to 18. Another up-and-coming rapper coming out of South Jane was NHS JJ, but sadly, yet again, he was a victim of a murder in 2020. But the hottest rapper coming out of South Jane is definitely a rapper called Doovie. He started seeing nationwide success after his hit single called Nightmares.
Yo, I love Nightmares, bro. Nightmares is top. Yo, I'm excited. But why he waited till the end to talk about Doovie? I thought this was Jane and Finch. Like, why are you only talking about one side? You gotta do... Yo, Kid Nerd, I fuck with you, gang. You feel me? You know I mess with you, gang. You gotta do a part 2 to this, bro. You feel me? You gotta do the other side. I thought this was gonna... So, okay, this is crazy. Now, okay, let me do this. I'm gonna give my thoughts after.
We start to see more underground Toronto rappers making it out of Toronto like Presser. And let me know in the comments if you want me to cover any more crazy Canadian stories.
Yes.
But for now, it's been your boy Kid
Nerd.
Nerd.
Do part 2. Alright, whatever, he's done. Look. Now it starts to make sense. I thought Southside was together, Northside was together, and they beefing against each other. So apparently, Northside might not get along with Southside, but Northside also got issues within each other. So that's crazy. You feel me? That's a story within itself. So I understand why he did this, but it's like, bro, you have to do the Southside versus Northside. You gotta do the Northside, bro. You feel me? You gotta give them attention too, bro. You feel me? I want to see like if anybody else is. Damn, man. Now, shout out to Kid Nerd, though, bro. You do a terrific job putting your stories together, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I was just confused myself, because wow, like, just wow, nigga. But, yo, shout out to Kid Nerd. Shout out to Toronto, man. I learned a lot just from a 19-minute video, bro. You feel me? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think, man. Comment down everything, y'all, any thoughts and stuff like that, man. You feel me? I'm definitely gonna be doing more Kid Nerd. He just dropped the Andrew Tate one, bro. I'm about to react to that probably, nigga. You feel me? So, yeah, man. We out of here.
I just hope all these drugs take the pain away. I just hope I can get through these rainy days. I got 600 ways just to get you paid. Kick me and Sandy, be away. Like John Doe, you can't see him. 40 out the window, leave a nigga bleeding. Pull up with extenders, my little nigga demon. Better close the back door, my little nigga scheming. Try to use the back door, but I ain't going. We gon' put you in the back door, you nigga that we smoke. If you throw him the L, you better be with it. If you jacking the K, you better be with it. Y'all niggas be acting, but it's real. I just got a call, it's gonna be a good night. Use no hands, so it's gonna be a gunfight. He got sent to the sky, he ain't say bye-bye. I ain't even try to flex, but I'm that guy. Cedii, don't forget the 2 eyes. Real pearly on it, I'm really trying to get high. If you trying to run up, you gon' end up on Fox 5. Walk in the spot and they be like, who that?